Hello there, friends and followers. Well, look at this disaster. This is my new office in the new house, which is basically a room called the Nook. Look at the big mess. I'm trying to sort all this stuff out. I finally got my computer working. I finally got internet working with Cox cable, whereas I had Comcast before. Oh my gosh, what a mess. So let me update you guys on what's been going on. So I basically was here on Tuesday, or no, on Sunday. I drove the car number one here on Sunday and unpacked a few things. I brought this little white table that I've been using for a work table and a couple other things, and that was really that. So I flew back on a Tuesday, and in the meantime, the house had been cleared out by movers on Tuesday. So everything was cleared out and ended up going to, I think it was Santa Barbara on, was it Tuesday night? No, went there on Wednesday. So slept on the floor in the old house there, in the old condo in San Jose. I drove down to Santa Barbara, stopped at Lucky's, and then stayed in a Residence Inn, and then drove from Westlake Village to Las Vegas on, I think that was Thursday. Got here on Thursday night. Yep, slept on the floor here. And then the movers came on Friday, dropped a bunch of stuff off. So the rest of the house looks fine. I mean, this is the worst part of the house. So this office is kind of like my man cave here, where I'm working on stuff and I'm trying to sort all the stuff out. But the first thing that had to happen was this desk and phone and all that had to work. Computer had to work. And that's another story. So I had two Raspberry Pis running. They were running some amateur radio stuff, and my phone connection here runs through Asterisk. So I had to get these guys running. I finally got those tonight running. But the whole thing is you have to have internet. So that's a story in itself. So with Comcast, I was renting their modem. And I don't like doing that, but that's what happened. And so happened to find this old modem that was lying about. I had used it for a while. I think I did use this modem on Comcast for a while, but this is a surfboard Motorola / Aris 61 SB6121. This is not a real impressive cable modem. I think it specs out around a little above 150 megabytes a second. Anyway, with Cox cable, which is here in Las Vegas, 150 megabits a second is about $59 a month. And I thought, well, that'll work for me. And so they have their own cable modem / Wi-Fi, which is called a panoramic modem. And I thought, sheesh, that's $12 a month. And that would be nice. And I thought I would do that if I can't get this working. And what a struggle. So I took this thing into the store, the Cox store. They scanned the Mac on it and got it in their system on Friday. And I couldn't get it working. I just couldn't get it working. As you probably know from my past adventures, I love using DD-WRT firmware in these Netgears. So I had this thing running under my desk in San Jose. As you can see, there's a screw in the bottom where it was screwed under the desk. It was upside down. That's in a previous video, but I'm really glad that I finally got this thing going. And the secret was with Cox cable, I called their support number on the phone on Sunday, which is today, and they were really nice. And what happened was I did get an IP from this thing. I got a WAN IP on DDWRT, and I could ping stuff on Cox Network. I could ping their router. I could ping this thing, but I couldn't ping anything else. I'm like, geez, so this thing talks to Cox, but it talks to nothing else. And I thought, what the heck? So I was out of options. I thought I kept configuring this wrong with DDWRT, but that was not the issue. It was actually this guy. So I got on the phone with tech support with Cox. They're really nice. And they said, oh yeah, we can see your modem. And I said, well, it connects, all the lights are on, but I can't really get out with it. And they said, well, they pushed a reset to it, and boy, that within like 2 minutes it worked. So I was like struggling for days thinking that I wasn't doing things right. And here the modem, I guess probably need to do firmware to work on Cox. Wipe out the Comcast firmware, I don't know. But I bought this thing, I don't know, 2015 or something for like $80. and it's good for about 150. This thing works good enough for me. So anyway, here's the lights, the power lights. The first one, the downloads light is the second one from the bottom or top, and the third light is uploads. And the fourth light means you're on the internet. The fifth light means that this Netgear is talking to the little Aris surfboard 6121. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I like this little guy really. It's a good little modem, and I'm getting about maybe 130 megabits a second down with it through this thing. And I'm also hardwired here, so I did take a network cable from the router here, and it goes to the computer over here, which this is the same setup I showed you all from San Jose. I just kind of copied it. It's a little different, and you'll see down here I did put the Netgear box here again the way it was. I put it back on the desk how it was, and it's cranking along. I have a little Raspberry Pis connected. I am able to get phone calls now with my phone, which I'm really happy about. And I can show you how that works. Let's see here. So I'm running Asterisk, and let's see if I can show you how that works. Yeah, there's Asterisk running right there. So here's the DDWRT firmware on the Netgear. So that's my WAN IP. If you want to hack my WAN IP, there it is to hack it. And for a SIP phone, you want to have port 506 open and 5061, and obviously my Raspberry Pi is at internet address 58, the last octet, and you want to have the media ports all there running away, and hey, it does work. So I'm really overjoyed my phone finally works again. So that's about it for the phone. I do finally have some internet here from Cox. Let me show you how that works here. I mean, this isn't blinding fast. I had 400 back in San Jose. I can get a gig internet here, but it's just too expensive. I don't want to be paying for a gig if I don't need it. So I think 150 is going to be enough for me. Let's see here. Do a speed test. All right, there's the speed test, and let's see how it goes here. So I'm paying for 150, and I'm hardwired. I was getting about 145 when I was hardwired right to the modem, so you can see how it pins me back to 10 upload. That's okay, it's working fine. I don't need much more than that. And the A word works. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 11:24 p.m.
So the A word works, and that's all that matters. I gotta change the location to this location instead of San Jose. That's about it. I tried the R4B receiver on ham radio. I picked a bunch of junk up. It's less noise level here. There's still a pretty high noise level here. I set up the magnetic loop antenna on the window there again to see how it works. It doesn't work that great here. I did run a long wire around here, and I was picking up a lot of stuff this morning and this afternoon, so kind of fun. Anyway, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be out of San Jose. I'm gonna miss Campbell though. I like Campbell. I like Los Gatos. I'm really gonna miss that. I won't miss my Cracker Box condo in San Jose and all the neighbors going in and out and all that trouble. Hearing Teslas going backing up. It's like I won't miss any of that. So anyway, yeah, welcome to my life here. I gotta straighten this room out. I gotta figure out what I get rid of, what I throw out, where it goes. There's no shelves in the garage. I guess the whole thing is I gotta put shelves in the garage. I did put my favorite LED lights in here. What else have I done today in this room? I don't know. Well, the biggest thing was getting the internet working. I had to figure out how to get this cable jack running from downstairs, and somebody had cut the cable off here, and this thing was all jammed on. I took this all apart, got this all fixed. So that got that all running, and the door in this room squeaked like a banshee. So I don't know. Look at how like abused this house here. Look at the hinges and all the metal that's been sheared off from people not greasing these things. So I did put some grease on these today, and this is what I used for it's marine grease, which you've seen before, that I bought for the radios, but it didn't work for the radios. Well, it works good for doors, I guess. So I put some in the door. It still seems to bind a little bit, so I'll probably shoot some like blaster on here, some lubricant on here, these hinges a little bit, but not enough to get the grease diluted. That's about it. I mean, this house is weird, people. You have done weird things to it. It has fans all through it. I'm thankful for the fans. And they had these really weird LEDs in here. I'm not sure what these bulbs are for, but they were using these for spots, which these seem kind of old. It's kind of a purpley color coming out of here. It's almost white, but the color's kind of gross, so I took these out. Well, I took one out. There's many more to take out and change, but I can't seem to get a good, there we go, to see what these really are here. Caution, caution. Probably sold by Nevada Power or something. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, this is my bulb collection that I have from my old house, and I yanked out all the LEDs in San Jose. I figured, why should I, if I paid hundreds of dollars for these things back in 2015, 16, why should I give them all away? So I yanked them all out. I'm trying to get this new house on the LEDs entirely. I love these little Lux bulbs. These are really great, these Lux LEDs. Those are the ones I have running up here. There's spots, and I guess the camera can't show you the spots, but let's dim it down a bit. There we go. Little spotlights. So, pretty happy with those. But anyway, I have a big junk box here, so all the cables that were scattered around the house, I've put them all in this box, and probably going to sell them or throw them out or something. Or I don't want to throw them out, but give them away, I guess. So all the stuff that was in my garage and laying around, it got moved, and then trying to figure out how to sort it all out. It's a mess. There's a grinder. I almost needed the grinder to get in the house. There's the eye testing machine that I bought. It's called a Greens Philopter. I tested my own eyes with it and made myself a eyeglass prescription with it. There's the Cox box that the DVR came in. There's 100 feet of network cable. That's an old monitor. Some old DVDs. What the heck's this? Ah, holy smokes. I think it's a box of spare radio parts in this junk. Ah. Old tax programs. I think I had some Drakes were in there. A model I want to build. There's a scope that I bought $50 from a guy in Berkeley about a month or two ago. Some Kodak cameras, an old lamp that I kind of like. I gotta get this stuff all figured out. I guess I gotta buy shelving or something. Here's a Cisco phone that I have that it's not connected. Just junk. So anyway, you can see what I'll be doing next couple days. Getting this stuff all squared away. There's a knapsack I got from Emptied. There's the drill. There's some wire for an antenna that I used in San Jose. There's my new little toolbox with radio fixing tools and a big keyboard. Some lights I pulled out. These lights were in the house. In fact, these lights are all through this house. I wonder what these guys are. They run kind of hot in the bottom, so I don't really trust them for as far as they're power suckers, huh? They're LEDs, but don't know much about them. They look European or something. Okay, now they're fight, so these are good. They're probably older. Is there a year on these things? I don't see a year, do you? Oh well, anyway, that's that. There's a lot more bulbs I gotta pull out, and they're way high up in the ceiling, so anyway, you get this place on LED entirely. Got the printer squared away. I think I put the toner back in there. Yeah, it's got toner in it. This printer's really old. This is like from probably 19, what, 96, 97. It's HP printer. It will talk HP direct in the LAN, and I have it assigned an IP address, and I can actually talk to that printer from the Apple computer here. So it's an old printer, but it prints out eBay shipping labels and stuff, so I'm happy with it. I want to actually, I have been studying air conditioning through some people that teach how air conditioners work, and I did pick up these yellow jacket meters, and I want to use these with the air conditioning here and see what's charged right. So I have a low and a high meter here somewhere. I'm not sure where the high meter went, but I picked up this for a charging port, and I got a charge hose somewhere. I just don't know where everything is now. And I was gonna sell a bunch of keyboards and crap while I was moving, and I couldn't even find half the keyboards, so I guess I'm gonna keep these. I don't like how these type. These are old Apple keyboards. I don't know, they're probably like 5, 6, 7 years old. I don't like how these old Bluetooth ones type at all. It's kind of mushy keys. I guess I'm used to their newfangled keyboard. This one's probably 5 years old, but I like how it types. I have another one of these I can't find that it's so used the keys are worn off it you can't even see the letters, so I guess it's good I found this one. There's some insulators for ham radio. All sorts of malfeasance running around this desk here. It's just awful. So I gotta clean this thing all up. It's just a mess. The A word is working though, which I'm happy about. The internet's working, so that's progress. Okay, well, I gotta get ready for work tomorrow very early before the sun's up, so I should probably get off. Wish you all a good night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my videos. Some people say that I'm good for AMSR because I ramble on and it puts you to sleep. And if that helps you, that's great. So have a great night and sleep tight. Signing off. Bye-bye.